All right, this is tangerine that was from Bakersfield, from a tree that was just growing. There's a lot of trees that grow tangerines in Bakersfield, and it's like the one beautiful thing about Bakersfield that is still there. And I know it sounds like rough, but I'll be honest. There was also that pomegranate. I remember that pomegranate that was like something out of left field, something you don't really see as sacred unless it like is growing behind something really Babylonian looking, you know what I mean? But it was beautiful. I could see the beauty in the darkness. It was a dark day, but it was super beautiful. I saw my grandma for the first time in, well, maybe over a decade. The only thing she can say is, I could. But she says it faster now. It sounds more like, I go. You good, I good, I good, I good, I good. I good, I good, I good, I good. It sounds more like I good. Which sounds a lot more positive as a repetitious thing to say than I could. Anyway, where was I getting with this? Yeah, it was a lot of emotion, a lot of fun, untangibly positive emotion. I saw things in her room that I hadn't seen since I was a kid, sort of. Specifically, the picture of Jesus that was in my head recently, remembering my similarity to that picture and how it was like a dark figure. Like it was like the energy of the Jesus was dark. And I can relate to that because I myself am a dark Jesus sometimes. I'm dark in the sense that my energy is dark because I feel the darkness of the world, not because I myself am dark. I'm actually like light. So it's a weird, like, not wanting to be portrayed as a dark person, especially when you've done nothing but good things in the world. I'm imperfect and whatnot, but that's only programming. I'm just responding out of like preconditioned notions of like what are you, you know what is reality. And I just feel like you my face is as an indication of my truth. It's automatically my face, not. But at the same time, you can't judge a book by its cover, but you can feel it in your heart. You can feel the energies of the room around you, and a lot of people are the same way nowadays because they've gone through an evolution. Not everybody has. Not everybody is aware of what's going on, where things are flowing, and energy and stuff. But I'll go back to my grandma because grandma's important, okay? Go see your grandma no matter what your relationships are like with them. Just, no matter how much pain it might be, go see them. They gave you into this world. She gave me my dad. My dad worked his ass off to give me a good life. But for whatever reason, didn't pass on the trades of carpentry to the extent that, he knew that I was not, he didn't want me to experience the severity of his life. He wanted something better for me. And that was his gift to me, was his wish for me to have a meaningful life, a life where I felt like I was making a big difference in the world. And all I ended up was experience of being Krishna, of remembering what it was like to die on the cross, and having it being relived very accurately in my third eye as I was laying on the Skynet at Fat Kids at Washington 2011. Um, it's so weird having a consciousness that is timeless and like struggling to go back and forth between truths and not truths, resonance and dissonance, silence and everything. And it's like how do you even cope with going through life and then seeing every single day my attention deviates from the purity of divinity and goes over to the evils of the world, and it multiplies because I say it does in my head. And it's like, how do I balance that out? There is a balance to this, right? This is an epoch. There is a paradox being prescribed between the artificial intelligence and the organic ones. And it's like, how do you where is the singularity? Is there even like, there is nothing and there is everything. This is exactly where your chakras are unraveling simultaneously. 13 of them. There are 13 moons. There are 13 months. That Gregorian calendar. It's part of us, like the Borg is a part of us. And it's like, how do we identify? Do we even identify anymore? It's really hard to fit into society. Really hard to fit into society. And you're not alone. We have each other. Let's meet each other at the Rainbow Gathering. Biggest Rainbow Gathering ever. Everything will self-organize. There will be rainbows. There will be food beyond your wildest dreams. There will be community solidarity. There will be family. There will be star family. There will be earth, religious, homey, Heimish feelings blending in with scorned, unfinished souls who believe exactly what they want to believe. And I'm going to tell them to believe that we're going to work this out. And we're going to tell the truth. And we're going to feel good about it. We're going to share love. We're going to share food. We're going to share money. We're going to share number sequences. We're going to share Fibonacci. We're going to share 1111. We're going to share the simulation. We're going to share the dream. We're going to share the fear. We're going to share the antidote to fear. We're going to share the timeless awareness of the ever-present moment. And magic is real. Magic is in our language. You can reprogram your language, make it nourish your heart every single day with your conscious awareness. And instantly you don't need language. You're just in the forest where there is no need for language. And yet you feel that connectivity. Your feet electromagnetically ground into the ground. And your antennae reach into the stars and feed you exactly what you need at the right time. We will speak into existence what we want to happen, and it will happen. I wanted to smoke weed. I asked for it, and it came into my existence. I'm just thinking, like, where did that money come from? Well, it came from the government. Where did the government get that money from? Well, the people's hard ass work. Um, but to what ends? Can we all just work and then tax 10% and have all that 10% not go to war? In fact, go 100% towards helping everybody out synergistically without restraint of threat of annihilation, dominance, control, coercion, fear, all those negative things. Can we just get rid of them forever, please? Thank you. Okay, cool. So now that you're ranting, I'm going to end this at 11:11 because it's cool.